Good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are. Man, it's your boy JMO, man. Before you do anything, Rob JMO for sure. Hit the like, subscribe button, hit that bell, get new notifications whenever I drop them. Uh, no musical sounds, no clicking, no click off, just straight freestyle, but more so on point with what's going on. If I make any errors on anything that I quote or say, just drop it in the comments, man. Good, bad, or indifferent, man. Bring it on. You know what I'm saying? I prefer the bad because the bad ain't gonna do nothing but make me better. But with that being said, apologize that I'm doing this late and we play Sunday. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for that. Make sure you stay safe. But because we play today against the Cincinnati Bengals at 4:25. But I'm doing a post from about last week's game uh, against the Dallas Cowboys, 24-19 game, road game. Ben 29 for 42, 306 yards. Um, Connor 9 carries for 24 yards. Um, Games like that worry me, just like the game today against Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the Steelers like I know the Steelers. You know, the ones that we supposed to win is the ones that we end up folding on. Sometimes we play to the to our competition. You know, if it was a Baltimore game, I wouldn't worry. If it was a Kansas City game, I wouldn't worry. The Seattle game, anybody that's on top of the list, a rivalry game, I wouldn't worry. I would say Cincinnati's a rival because of our divisions and how we played and then, you know what I'm saying, the AFC Central, AFC North and so on and so forth for so many years. But, you know, record wise, those are the games you kind of could take for granted. I remember I was the same way playing basketball or football or whatever. I would you know, those games, you know, mentally it's like the coach would tell you this, the coach would tell you that, but in your mind you still be saying to yourself like, yeah, this is a stat game. That's what you end up thinking. If any, keep it real with yourself as an athlete. You know what I'm saying? If you got the fire to play hard every play, no matter what, then that's cool. But for the most part, you be thinking like them games are stat games, and then you usually come out flat. But that's definitely what happened. Um, I just want to touch on a couple things. Like I'm starting this. Like right now, you kind of know who your team is. You kind of know what your team, the direction they trying to go, how the offense gonna go, how the defense gonna flow. Kind of got an idea of who your identity is as a team. I started to catch on to something um, that I haven't been hearing people talk about, but I want to speak on my man Juju, 6 catches for 93 yards. He's been coming a big time second half in the trenches clutch performer, making tough catches, getting the first down. I think we thrust him in the role of being the number one guy, AB-ish type of player, when maybe that's just not his role. You know, maybe he's just a great two, and that's not a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Alvin Harper's role with the Dallas Cowboys, or John Taylor's role with the San Francisco 49ers, being great number twos. You know what I'm saying? Even how Plexico was when he was with us, and Hines Ward was the guy. You know, even for how AB had to be for real at first when Mike Wallace was our guy. So that might just be Juju's role, and he's young too. You know what I'm saying? So he can still develop to be that guy. But Claypool, for the most part, he seems to be the number one guy moving forward, and defenses is scheming around him. I like how we use him in the offense. You know, run the ball with him on reverses and wide receiver screens. You know, just get the ball in the playmaker's hand. But I would like to see us finish the game with some runs. I mean, not finish the game, but kind of taking control of the game. I don't really want to get on the run game this game because we was behind, so we had to make some plays. So when you behind late, you kind of have to abandon the run. But I like the way our passing game is going. For those who just don't appreciate Big Ben, you should, because last year we was 8-8, and this year we're 8-0. There haven't really been too much to change from the defense. It's just been the offense. It's just been having a franchise quarterback. I think people take for granted the franchise quarterback. It's like one game. It's kind of like I can't speak for every franchise, but us Steeler Nation, we've been spoiled. You know what I'm saying? We've been spoiled. And don't get me wrong, excuse me, we have left some seasons on the field. There's a lot of seasons on the field where I felt like no matter what was going on in New England, I felt like we was the better team. I really do. So we left a couple out there. So I can see how you be frustrated with Big Benny, but for the most part, if it wasn't for Big Ben, we wouldn't be 8-0. If we ain't had Big Ben 4-4, 5-3, you know what I'm saying? Just barely getting through. We seen that happen last season. But today's game, I guess he passed all tests. It's going to be going through protocol. He went through protocol, and he's active for today's game. They said he's probably going to start. We'll see when the game start. 4:25 Eastern, 1:25 Western. If you watching the game, but anyway, as far as the Cowboys game, man, at this stage in the NFL, this stage in Big Ben's career, man, there's no way that I'm a down a loss. So we'll take it 8-0, only undefeated team in the NFL. It's funny how we 8-0, and a lot of analysts still don't have us as the best team in the NFL. I guess they don't value the wins and losses like they really say they do. But Steeler Nation for sure. The defense been playing. You know what I'm saying? Last 2 weeks, man, I haven't liked the way we have been against the run. That's been something that's a little bit concerning, but the pass rush is phenomenal. The cornerbacks is playing. The safeties is playing, so the defense been pretty good. This is why I've been rocking with the defense for many, many years, because I've been seeing the defense. I've been seeing this. Right now is what I've seen years earlier. I knew this is what we had in store. That's why I hung in there and rocked out with the defense. You feel me? But people used to be mad at me like, "Damn, your defense." But I just knew that this was it. I knew we had this type of defense. I just could see it, And then for real, to me, it kind of was like we was getting so many first rounders on defense that I was like, eventually they gonna start playing like it. If not a superstar, but then a star in the making, or a superstar role player. There's a difference. There's superstars and there's superstar role players. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know the difference, a superstar role player in basketball terms would be a Steve Kerr, a Devin George, a Boris Diaw, people like that, who just who's superstars in their role, who just know exactly what to do, and that's the type of players that we have. And I want to give a shout out to somebody who haven't been getting as much love as he should, and I want to be the first one to apologize to him personally. Bud Dupree, man, he been playing the last 2 seasons, last year to this year. I'm gonna give a shout out to my brother Pete Jizzard. He been riding with the Bud. He been riding the Bud Dupree train for a lot of years when I been jumped off because I'm like, it's a first rounder. He just ain't, he ain't doing nothing. But the contract year he had last year, played his tail off. He got franchise tag this year. He been playing his tail off. He gonna get him a nice little contract. Keep up the great work, man. We always talk about Minka. We always talk about Watt and Big Cam. But I want to give a shout out to Bud Dupree, man. He been playing phenomenal this season, man. To me, a Pro Bowl caliber player. Whether he make it or not really sure. But he definitely been playing like it. And he making big plays. He been getting to the quarterback. So yeah, man. Steeler Nation, man. Dallas Cowboy game 24-19. Big Ben 24 for 42, 306 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm glad the Roonies don't listen to Steeler Nation, because if it was up to Steeler Nation, we would have got rid of Big Ben probably 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell people all the time, I say franchise quarterbacks don't come back often. Some teams are still recovering from franchise quarterbacks. Let's use the Denver Broncos, for example. Yeah, they had got Peyton Manning for a while, for a couple years, but at the end of the day, they've been just trying to search since John Elway. Miami haven't got it right since Dan Marino. We'll see how this Dak Prescott thing goes, because if they don't get this right, they ain't got it right since Troy Aikman. Steve Young and the San Francisco 49ers. You see where I'm going with this. New England's probably going to struggle because they don't have the franchise quarterback. Cam ain't the Cam of old. So it's just hard to recover from the franchise quarterback. So for real, you want to ride those people out the best for as long as you possibly can, because they don't come by easy, man. So with that being said, man, 4:25 tonight, Pittsburgh Steelers versus Cincinnati Bengals. They saying, when I checked ESPN, that they were saying Big Ben is active, so more likely he would play today. Looking forward to seeing how this happens. You know what I'm saying? 9-0 is definitely the goal. Going undefeated isn't the goal, even though you would like to. You want to win the division, get a first-round bye, and win the title, no matter what the record is. But if we can win every game going on that route, I'll take it, man. With that being said, it's your boy Rob Jamo. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. As you can see, with the attire that I got on, from the towel to the shirt, the hoodie under the shirt, the mask, you know what it is. It's Steeler Nation, man. It's your boy Rob Jamo. Peace, love, stay blessed, and most importantly, be safe.